From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on this Tuesday night. And as we come on the air tonight, the emergency unfolding across several states. Millions without electricity in Texas and elsewhere across the South. No heat, no water after this first storm, and it's been deadly. At least 15 dead. The family members discovered trying to stay warm in their garage, several dead after tornadoes as well in North Carolina and in Georgia. One was an EF3, winds 160 miles per hour. And this is all about to get worse. Already the coldest temperatures in more than a century. Now the second storm set to move right across the country, hitting the same states yet again and then right up into the Northeast. And look at this image tonight. This is not the middle of the country or the Northeast. This is Houston. Snow-covered neighborhoods. This is the Westbury neighborhood. Right up through the middle of the country. Tractor trailers pulling off I-75. This is Lima, Ohio, because of blinding snow there. 1.5 feet of new snow near Chicago. And tonight, the most dangerous impact across the country, the power outages in at least 13 states tonight. Some 4 million without power. And this image right here sparking anger in Texas tonight. Houston skyscrapers brilliantly lit, while neighborhoods surrounding downtown are in the dark. Families without heat, without power. At least 140 cases of carbon monoxide poisoning in Houston alone. That woman and an 8-year-old girl dying after authorities say they were trying to stay warm using the car in the garage. And the tornadoes I mentioned, the warnings as we came on the air last night here, and so far at least 5 reported tornadoes. That confirmed EF3 in Brunswick County, North Carolina, killing 3. All of this, of course, halting vaccinations as well as millions already suffering with no power now prepare for this next storm. ABC's Marcus Moore leading us off tonight from Texas.
Tonight, millions without power for a second day in Texas, and the death toll is rising. In Galveston County, officials are preparing for the worst, asking the state to bring in refrigerated trucks that can hold as many as 50 bodies.
We're not projecting anything, but I'm afraid that I don't have a whole lot of room for optimism here.
The coldest temperatures in parts of the state in more than 100 years is bursting pipes and damaging homes while families shiver inside. In Houston, a woman and an 8-year-old girl dying of carbon monoxide poisoning after a car was left running in a garage to help generate heat. A man and a 7-year-old boy taken to the hospital.
I know it's cold, but you got to be careful about using, like, say, generators or a car inside a garage or any type of fire, carbon monoxide. It's odorless and it can kill people very easily.
Houston hospitals treating at least 140 patients. 6 people from one family among them. A mother and a child in critical condition. They were heating charcoals indoors to stay warm. And in Sugar Land, a grandmother and her 3 grandchildren died in a house fire overnight. The cause is under investigation. Back in Houston, frozen hydrants hindering firefighters as they battle the flames at an apartment, forced to rely on water in their trucks for a time. And tonight, outrage over the outages and images like these showing Houston skyscrapers lit up while much of the city was blacked out.
Yesterday, no one imagined that more than 24 hours people would be without power.
Governor Abbott calling for the state to investigate power officials.
This is the winter version of Hurricane Harvey, and we will learn from this also.
This is the line to get into HEB.
Long lines for food and supplies at the restaurants and stores that are open. Here in Dallas, Alexander Troop says he hasn't eaten a hot meal in 3 days.
This is tragic. This is worse than the pandemic because people are stuck in their homes right now.
This as the extreme conditions are straining the power grid across the region. Rolling blackouts now happening in at least 14 states that share the grid with Texas. And at least 19 states have had to halt vaccinations and COVID testing because of the harsh conditions. Here in Texas, deliveries won't even begin arriving until tomorrow. And even then, delivery will be subject to conditions because there's another storm arriving tonight.
We're thinking about all these families in the storm zone tonight. And Marcus, just as we were on the air last night, news of the vaccine storage facility in Harris County, Houston, that lost power, the rush to give out 8,000 doses before they went bad. What are you learning on that front tonight?
David, Harris County officials said they managed to administer 5,400 of those doses, and we actually have a striking image of people lined up at Rice University where they gave out about 1,000 of those vaccines. And after receiving guidance from Moderna, the unused doses, about 3,000 of them, were able to be re-refrigerated to be administered at a later time. David.
Marcus Moore leading us off tonight. Marcus, thank you, and let's get right